TNA, they had their debut episode on AMC. Basically, the wrestling world was watching this. I did not. Did you happen to catch any of it?
Just the aftermath. I learned that Dana Brooke retired somehow. And she's just a
She,
manager, basically.
yeah, apparently she got hurt and had to retire. She announced it a couple months back. Like, she didn't go into details. She just said that due to her injury, she is not going to wrestle anymore. But yeah, so they had their debut episode, and it got absolutely flamed online. Not being able to watch the show, I did what any normal person who still wanted to cover information did and asked Grok. So the show, if you look at cagematch.net, is currently sitting at a 1.5 rating, which is not good. I saw that some people were suggesting that maybe it was AEW fans that were just review bombing the show just because, it's competition. So this led me to asking Grok if the show was review bombed. And Grok told me, yes, there's evidence that the TNA debut episode on AMC was review bombed, and some sources point to involvements of rival fans, including those aligned with AEW. Now, this is Grok telling me about the episode, which is the good part here. This episode received mixed to negative reactions from critics and fans overall. Reviews highlighted issues like poor production quality, heavy reliance on promos over in-ring action. So there were 4 matches on a 2-hour show. So it was just like the Netflix Raw, 4 matches on a 2-hour show.
Probably
There
3
was
girl matches.
there was at least one because the Inspiration lost their tag titles, and the Inspiration is the Iconics, if you remember them.
I sure don't.
Good for you. Hopefully, you don't have to remember them because they won't be coming back. But there were visa issues that held some people off of the roster. So if you remember, Leon Slater, the TNA X Division champion, was on SmackDown, and it was because of a visa issue. I don't specifically know how that works out, but there you go. Felt like the same old TNA despite being on a new network. Eric Bischoff called it a missed opportunity with disappointing production and formatting. AMC executives were reportedly pleased internally, focusing on a broader reach rather than an immediate fan feedback. However, on sites like cagemat.net, the episode was hit with an extremely low rating of 1.43. So it's up when I last checked, which is at 1.5. And then that's where we get to maybe it was review bombing from like AEW fans or just flat out haters of TNA want to see them fail for whatever reason. But yeah, I think that's a good summation of basically how bad the show went. So cage match bombed. Eric Bischoff did point out the production issues. Apparently the arena was half empty or half full, however you want to look at that. Like they kept shooting to the emptiness. I don't know. But their chances of catching AEW now is like, what are you gonna do? I have a sound bite. This is what Eric Bischoff said about the show.
The format itself was just really not very well. It wasn't well produced. I don't know who's writing their show, who's producing their show, who's directing their show. All of them have some work to do. Director, whoever decided to post those celebrities in the one corner of the building where there were no freaking people. There were people everywhere else around that building. Cameras caught it. But for some reason, they wanted to showcase the celebrities to get a little bit of that mainstream rub, which I dig. Get what you can get when you can get it. But they put those guys, they look like jabronis. He had a shot of Eric Young. For what reason, I don't know. But Eric Young looked like some guy that walked in off the street, snuck in, and grabbed the first chair he could, sitting by himself, looking around, hoping nobody caught him. I mean, what was that? And it's
Probably
little
true.
things like that. Television is nothing but the little details laid out in a way that captures the audience's imagination and holds on to it. These shots, the way the director called them, the ring looks like you could fit it in my kitchen. I don't know how big that ring is, but on camera, it looked like it was 16, not even a 16. It might have been a 16 by 16, right? The overhead shot that they used made it look like a postage stamp. I would never use that shot again if they're going to keep that same ring. So there's just a lot of it's really production stuff. I'm not even going to address the creative or anything like that, but the production itself was so poor.
There you go. And there's Eric Bischoff's thoughts on the debut. And again, he didn't even go into the creative aspects. Like Vince Russo, I saw him saying, like, really there was nothing that they put on that would say, oh, I have to see what happens next week. So
Okay.
all in all, they failed. They failed their debut.
Well, I guess the positive from that is they can't shoot any lower, so it's only uphill from here.
Yes, it can only get better, but are you going to have people around to care?
It's going to be the same people. TNA has a loyal fan base. They might be few and far between, but there's still enough of them to warrant them being around still. I mean, they were on the fucking TV Guide channel, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, they stick around. Because Matt Hardy said, they're going to, well, amongst others, but they said they're going to be the number 2 promotion. They're going to catch AEW. And if that's what you're after, you're not off to a good start.
Well, it's just day one. The pilot episode always sucks.
I don't know. There's a lot. I remember a lot of good pilot episodes. I want to say Dexter's was pretty good. It got me hooked in. I don't know. Going back to TNA. Yes, they'll probably get better. They're going to have to generate another buzz and then get people on board that way. But it is funny that they kind of got around to, oh, the show sucked. It had to have been AEW's fault.
What also doesn't help the WWE's taking all their good people.
They are, but they are still turning it into WWE Light. Like I said, 4 matches on a 2-hour show.
I feel like they've always been WWE Light.
Maybe, but even more so now that, WWE practically owns them.
Yeah.
But we shall see where it goes with them there.